Lansdale, Pennsylvania is one of the most popular towns within the Philadelphia suburbs. This town is experiencing tremendous growth, but with a town that, at least on paper, seems perfect, there are certainly some cons of living in Lansdale that we need to go over. So now let's get started with the pros of living in Lansdale, starting with the location. Lansdale, with a population of 18,935 people, is located in Montgomery County, which is the largest county in population of the 4 counties that surround Philadelphia. It is only an hour from Center City, Philadelphia, roughly 2 hours from New York City, an hour and a half to the beautiful Pocono Mountains, and only 2 hours to the Great Beach in New Jersey. Not only is Lansdale located close to some great areas outside of the suburbs, but also it's butted up against Bucks, Chester, and Delaware counties, which make up the remaining 3 counties along with Montgomery County. So there are plenty of things to do both inside Lansdale, which we'll talk about later in this video, but also in the surrounding counties as well. The next pro that people love when it comes to living in Lansdale, or at least the Lansdale area, is the school district. If you don't have kids and school district doesn't apply to you, feel free to skip to the next pro. Lansdale is serviced by North Penn School District, which was rated the 46th best school district in all of Pennsylvania out of over 500 in total. According to niche.com, North Penn is rated an A overall rating with an A rating for academics, clubs and activities, sports, diversity, and college prep. The overall district has a student-to-teacher ratio of 15:1, which is better than the national average. And truthfully, this teacher-to-student ratio completely surprises me because North Penn as a district is huge. So it really shows truly how many teachers and staff that they have employed to help all of the different kids that are enrolled in North Penn. At the time of filming this video, North Penn consists of 13 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 1 large high school, which is honestly one of the largest high schools that I've ever seen. One of the most popular things about Lansdale, and also the next pro on our list, which is Lansdale's downtown area. The main street, downtown, walkable area of Lansdale is full of shopping, dining, cafes, and breweries. There are constantly new restaurants and businesses popping up in the downtown Lansdale area. So if you love trying new businesses and new restaurants, I would highly recommend to check out downtown Lansdale. Besides the very vibrant downtown, Lansdale also has tons of great parks to choose from as well. Perfect for walking the dog, running around with the kids, going for a nice nature walk, or really anything else that you would like to do there at the parks. The downtown Lansdale walkability is awesome, but when it comes to needing some of the big box stores, I highly recommend taking the very short drive over to Montgomeryville, which butts up against Lansdale for just about every type of big box chain store and tons of different large grocery retailers and just about everything else that you would need right in Montgomeryville. Another pro that draws a lot of people to Lansdale is the public transportation. If you need to commute into the city, or if you just like to go to the city for day trips, the Lansdale train is very convenient and will take you right into downtown Center City, Philadelphia. The bus routes are also very convenient and will take you to some of the nearby towns and also to the city as well. So unless you both work from home and you buy a home right in downtown Lansdale, I certainly wouldn't consider it to be a town where you could completely get rid of your car and just rely on public transportation. There certainly maybe are some people who do that, but for the convenience of things, especially for going into the city or just some of the surrounding suburbs, you most likely will need a car just, out of convenience. You certainly could live in Lansdale and just rely on the public transportation, but it certainly would not be as convenient as, say, a city or a much larger suburb. The next pro that we have to talk about is one that might actually shock you, and that is the cost of housing in Lansdale. The average price of a home is $470,171, which might seem high depending on which state you're moving from, but hear me out first. Another great part about Lansdale is the housing options. Lansdale has apartments, condos, row homes, townhomes, single-family homes, new construction homes, and multi-million-dollar estates. There is such a wide variety of different housing options in Lansdale. When we look at that average price point, that's factoring in everything from the small 1-bedroom condo to a multi-million-dollar estate on multiple acres. So it's really hard to get a better grasp of the standard row home, single family home, or townhome and what those costs are in Lansdale, because there's such wide opposites in order to get us to that average housing price. So to give you a better idea of the townhome and single family home prices on average, because those are the two types of homes that really make up Lansdale, let's take a look and see what types of pricing you can get on the market for those style of homes. So we can see here that there's a good size single family home here listed for $430,000. There are some new construction townhomes and also some older style twin homes, all ranging from the low 300s to up around 600 to 650,000. There's really a great mix of styles, pricing, and sizes as well. So before we get into the cons of living in Lansdale, let's first go over this last pro, which is the annual events and the overall community events that Lansdale offers. Although Lansdale is a larger suburb, it is still very community oriented. Lansdale Borough and Lansdale Township does a great job of coming up with some great annual events to keep all of their residents engaged. Some of the most popular events throughout the year that Lansdale hosts are the annual beer tasting festival, Lansdale Bike Night, First Friday, which is a community event held on the first Friday of every month, Lansdale Day, the farmers market, lots of great holiday parades, and truly so much more all throughout the year. It really seems like for the most part that there is always something to do in Lansdale in all seasons except winter. So now that we went over some of the most popular things about living in Lansdale, let's go over some of the not so great things, starting with the first con, which is the traffic. Whether it's downtown Lansdale where the streets are pretty tight, or on one of the major routes that are very close to Lansdale, such as Route 309, traffic can be pretty bad, especially around rush hour. If you're planning to commute outside of Lansdale, and if you're planning on commuting right around the morning and evening rush hour times, I would definitely allow yourself extra time because those streets can get pretty crowded. Another con that we have to talk about would be the limited nightlife in Lansdale. Of course, it does have the downtown walkability, all the great community events, and so many things to do both in Lansdale and in the towns and counties surrounding it. But when it comes to the actual nightlife of Lansdale, besides maybe some quiet bars and restaurants, there's really not that much to do. So if you're looking for a sporting event, a live concert, or even the club scene, I would highly recommend to just either take the train or take the short drive into Center City, Philadelphia, where you could have all types of nightlife, just about everything that you could imagine. This next con is one that not many people talk about, and that's just the overall congestion of Lansdale. Both in the borough, where it's walkable, of course, we'll have tons of people walking and some good amount of traffic, but also out in the outskirts in Lansdale Township, there still could be some congestion out there as well, just because of all the different neighborhoods, businesses, etc. If you're looking for a town where there is almost no traffic, everything is completely spaced out, and the homes are on large lots with acres between your house and your neighbor, Lansdale might not be exactly what you're looking for. So is Lansdale for you, or do you need help looking for another town that better suits what you're looking for? I would love to help you find your perfect home here. All of my contact information is below, and I'll see you over on this next video.